Hey there! In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to set up substitution groups in Restoke, a powerful feature that keeps your recipe costing accurate and your live inventory tracking up to date. Think of scenarios like when you need to switch suppliers due to price changes, or a supplier runs out of a product and you end up sourcing an alternative. This feature handles both situations seamlessly. Before we get started, make sure you've connected your POS to Restoke and that all your supplier items have been added in the suppliers section. If you haven't done either of those yet, watch our tutorials and check out the links in the Help Center article before continuing. Let's get started. Head to the left toolbar and click on Inventory, then Live Inventory, and select Substitution Groups. This is where all your substitution groups will live once they're created. To create a group, click the Create Group button in the top right corner. The first thing we need to do is give the group a name that reflects the ingredient we're grouping. Here, I buy olive oil from 2 different brands and 2 separate suppliers, so I'm going to call this group Olive Oil Group, so it's easy to identify later when working inside recipes. Next, we need to choose a base unit of measure for the group. Because you might be purchasing the same item from different suppliers in different pack sizes or formats, Restoke needs one unifying unit of measure to cost and count all of those items consistently. Make sure the base UOM you choose matches how the item is actually used in your recipes. In this example, my recipes use liters for olive oil, so I'm selecting liter as the base UOM. Getting this right from the start means your costing will be accurate across the board. Now add the alternative supplier items to the group by typing the item name into the field and selecting from the dropdown. Here I can see both of my olive oil options are showing up, so I'll go ahead and add them both. Quick note, if an item isn't appearing in the dropdown, it means it hasn't been added to your supplier basket yet. Head to your supplier settings to add it first, then come back here to continue. Repeat this step for as many alternatives as you need. Once saved, the group will appear as a banner on the page. Here I can see a red tag saying Missing Conversions, so let's action that straight away. This means one or more items don't yet have a conversion saved for the base UOM we set. Click into the group, and you'll see the red exclamation icon next to the flagged item. I'll click that now to add the required conversion. Make sure you clear every warning before moving on, as this is what keeps your costing accurate. Once inside the group, there are a number of things we can do from here. We can ungroup or edit the group, edit an item, swap the group in as an ingredient across multiple recipes at once, and view the estimated inventory trace as per the live inventory report. Everything you need is right here in one place. To swap this group into your recipes instead of the individual supplier item, click Actions and then Replace in Recipes. Here you can see my salad dressing and pizza sauce recipes are currently only using the olive oil from Pantry Essentials Co. I'll click Yes, Replace, and now both of those recipes are referencing the olive oil group instead. That means whichever alternative is currently in stock will automatically drive the costing and inventory tracking with no manual adjustments needed. If you don't want every recipe updated, simply head directly to the specific recipe and make that change manually instead. Now let's talk about how this works behind the scenes, because this is where the real magic of substitution groups comes in. Restoke substitution groups operate on a first-in, first-out system, or FIFO. Here's what that looks like in practice. Let's say you have supplier item A and supplier item B in your group. You've ordered and received item A first, so Restoke treats it as the active item and uses its cost in your recipe costing. Whenever a recipe using this group is sold through your POS, Restoke decrements the stock from item A. And when you receive a new order, that item's inventory is incremented accordingly. Now let's say item A runs out and item B is available. Once you receive an order for item B, it automatically becomes the new lead item. Restoke will now reference item B's cost in your recipe costing, decrement its stock on every sale, and increment it on every order received. This cycle continues as your stock fluctuates, all without needing to update anything manually. Your recipe costs and stock counts always reflect exactly what's on your shelf. One more thing worth noting. If none of the items in a group are currently in stock, the group becomes inactive. Restoke will default to the first item in the group to derive the recipe cost until new stock is received. So you're never left with a blank or broken cost on your recipes. And that's everything. By setting up substitution groups, you're ensuring that Restoke is always costing your recipes and tracking your inventory based on what you actually have in stock, not just what you ordered last. It's one of those features that runs quietly in the background, but makes a huge difference to the accuracy of everything else in the platform. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.